For more on Major League Baseball's major success, I spoke with Mark Gray, the host and the executive producer of the SportsGroove Radio Program. He began by explaining how baseball's lower attendance is not what it seems.
Baseball fan in the new millennium is consuming their product in a totally different way. You mentioned the digital platforms that we're coming in with right now and the advent of social media. Plus, you've got networks like MLB Network, which are dedicated totally to baseball 24/7, 365 days of the year. It's a brand new, interesting, and changing baseball consumer. So I wouldn't say that the interest is down. It's just the dynamics have changed. You get it quicker. It's more of a regional game. And where you see other sports who have done a great job of marketing individual players to create global icons, really the global icon in baseball is the game itself.
Tell me how the powerhouse clubs are doing economically, such as the Red Sox, compared to, let's say, Tampa's team.
Oh, well, the dilemma that the game has faced for quite some time has been the power ball clubs. You know, that's why they came up with revenue sharing, because in the earlier days, dating back to guys like, you know, Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio, it was said that the Yankees, who were winning all those championships, were definitely benefiting from the ability to generate more revenue, say, than places like Cleveland or Cincinnati, you know, smaller markets that do have an iconic presence in the game. So you're going to always have powerhouse teams. They're always going to be the darling of the media eye. And when given an opportunity to get the game in front of guaranteed eyeballs or fans watching them, those are going to be the teams that are pushed out. And but we have seen parity as far as on-field play is concerned. So it's interesting to see in the future if baseball can cross over, much like basketball did, to where it doesn't mean you have to be in a big market to have star power and resonate across the larger global fan base.
How is baseball catching on in China at this point?
Well, one thing about it, when baseball wants to export its game, nobody does a better job of branding it around the world than the good old MLB. And much like they did in South and Central America with the advent of the skills academies and, you know, the amount of television that was either on tape delay, or if you look at, you know, places like Puerto Rico where the New York Yankees are basically on every night, baseball has the blueprint for exporting its game, not only taking advantage of the marketing of it, but taking advantage of the talent pool and developing the skills bases with the academies down there, such as the one in the Dominican Republic, which has led to so many great stars, many of whom will be playing tonight. China's a big fan base. The model is in place. You've seen guys come from the Far East like Yao Ming, who has a sports presence, was a darling here in the United States when he played in the NBA. I think what China has to do is in twofold as it relates to baseball. A, you've already got the TV component with the streaming games, but they need to be a transcendent superstar, who comes over from the West, who can be what Stephon Marbury was to basketball, and sort of export the game to that point, then be on the baseball side what Yao was, or if you look at the Japanese players who've come over, you know, and starred extremely well, like Ichiro Suzuki, then you've got the chance to really become something big. And once China gets its superstar, remember, you don't have to be that big, you don't have to be that fast. You have to either A, be able to hit the ball, or B, pitch the ball. And if somebody can come up with a creative way to handle pitches and things like that, in terms of striking out a lot of people, then I think China will be well on its way to being another fertile fan base, because MLB has the resources, and when they're interested in growing the game globally in a market, nobody does it better than Major League Baseball.